Hi guys, so out with the RX10 Mark IV, hopefully you can hear me because it's bloody windy. How disgusting is this though? People just throwing fridges into the water and some sacks of waste there as well, it's not good. It's bloody cold, but there's quite a bit of wildlife around. And I finally got a GoPro mount back for my hot shoot, so basically I can start recording a bit more out and about, which would be good. It's just bloody windy, so I might have to voice over on some of this, but hey ho. Oh, it's cold, fingers cold, but the light's really nice, so that's pretty cool. Cold fingers. So guys, this is one of the shots straight away. It's probably the best shot of that sequence. As you can see here, the light was a bit hazy looking back into the sun. Cormorants, a few of them about. This guy was fishing, managed to get quite a few fishing within a few seconds, which was quite amazing. But as you see, the light changing slightly. Both of these shots are straight out of the camera. White balance possibly changing slightly, but the sun was in and out. Even though it was blue sky to the north, it was actually really quite cloudy from the other side. Missed focus. This is where I had it in tracking mode. So basically, when you lock onto something, it tries to stay with it. And once I caught focus, it was okay, but I went straight back from tracking to AFC wide, which tends to work much better, I believe. And that's what I've used for years, but I just thought I'll just try it for a bit of a difference really. AFC tracking generally works better if you've got a bird, for example, that's flying between trees or something like that. It may stick on the bird better, or posts or stuff like that. Even he's struggling to fly. So this sequence here, 24 photos per second, or thereabouts. AFC wide, no trouble at all. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend AFC tracking as such, unless you've sort of got things in the foreground, so you can it'll stay on the bird, for example, and miss posts and things. With this one, there was lots of birds flying around everywhere, which was cool. Yeah, so there's loads and loads of birds flying all over the place, and they all took off. These are 100% crop-ins because they're quite a long way, just so you can kind of see what's going on a bit better. But typically, as I got back in the car, once I got too cold, my hands got too cold, about 10,000 birds appeared, literally thousands, all different types, all came in, landed. I was like, that's typical, isn't it? But yeah, so yeah, I quite like this one just because of the shadows on the bank there with the from the two seagulls. Look really quite cool. So cormorant there, having a little dive. I've just zoomed in from 600 to with 2 times clear image zoom on in 4K. As you can see there, it's a little bit shaky. And that's down to me, just holding it on the palm of my hand. I thought, wonder how stable it actually is, even at 2 times. It's not too bad, but obviously I'm getting blown around as well. Yeah, so hence why it's moving around quite a lot. But I do later, right near the end, I actually grab it with both hands, and you'll see it's quite a bit smoother. But as you can see, I'm just getting blown around all over the place, which is not ideal. But obviously, ideally on a tripod would have been more suited. But we can still see the cormorant there. I've actually cropped in a little bit as well, just so you can get a little bit closer to the bird. But he's got plenty of fish there. It's obviously found a nice little spot there for some fish, little diving. It's really, really quite cool. But yeah, really, really quite windy as well, which didn't help the situation. Right, let's go up and see how bloody horrible it is. Tide's here, so some big waves. It's not very warm, I'll tell you that now. Woo! Oh God! Woo! HFR on the old waves, I reckon. Shit, the fucking bed. Who's even closer now? He's fishing over here. Loads of birds over here as well. I think from the wind, I guess. It's down there somewhere. Cold fingers. Don't want to sound like a wussy, but it feels like -10. So, yeah, hiding behind my car. Actually, it's not too bad an idea, actually. I'm going to just sit here. He's going again. Oh, blimey. Blimey. It is absolutely freezing. I don't feel the cold. Oh, there's a bird of prey out there, I reckon. That's a shame. Lovely. It's nice to have some sunshine for once. I know it's freezing cold. It's nice to be able to have sort of 1/2000th of a second at ISO 100 f4 with ease. Lovely. But oh, my fingers. Don't want to moan. Oh, we've got some flying going on. Oh, I've got flying. Oh, blimey, there. Oh, it must be fit. There must be loads of little fishes. The shadows are cool. Nice to be out with the RX10 again. Fast, light, small, doesn't weigh much. Oh, same as light, I suppose. Woo! That's weird. Beautiful day anyway. Let's take a wide angle shot actually for once. Oh, he's going some. Sometimes they're going so fast you can't really keep up very easily. He's buzzing around in the sun. Sometimes I find this active tracking not all that great, you know. Sometimes you're just better off with wide. It just locks on. Much easier. What's he hovering for? So obviously plenty of seagulls around near the beach. This one was randomly hovering. I'm not sure what he was looking at, but he didn't get anything, no food or anything. And then he sort of headed my direction. But as you can see, it was quite windy, so the birds are kind of erratic because obviously they're getting blustered around as well. So they suddenly soar up or down or left or right. But RX10, working its magic, still focusing well. I'm shooting at sort of 1/2,5 thousandth of a second to 1/3200th of a second. This shot here. But like I said, they just suddenly change direction, and you've got to react very quickly to try and see which way they're going. Or kind of hope you're going to guess the right direction, especially when you're zoomed in quite heavily. 600mm, for example, that you can actually almost miss the shot. So even though it seemed to hold on very well, as you can see there, top left hand corner is still in focus. So I was quite impressed by that, and then I missed it completely. I'm getting moved around, the bird's getting moved around. The bird went up, I went down and up. You just sort of this, that and the other. Anyway, it soared up into the blue sky and almost chopped its wings off. So yeah, it's not perfect, but still got the shot. And then you can see this is where I've moved the frame, so you can kind of see how close to the edges of the frames I was actually still managed to capture the shots, which was quite cool. So this next shot here, right on the wing edge, right down the bottom left hand side, I was surprised it actually held on to that at all. It's obviously, even the camera's over 4 years old, and it's still, the tech is still holding on to itself like this with it's the autofocus system is still very, very good, and obviously enough algorithms and stuff in there to even hold on to the wingtips, like the tiny little wingtips there. So yeah, really quite impressed on how well that still does in this situation, especially on a windy day. I've got the GoPro kind of in my way of my other eye, so it's a little bit annoying. Normally I shoot with both eyes open, and I use my left eye to kind of see where I'm going. Little Corbin over there drying his eyes. Drying his eyes? Oh, God, I can't speak. Drying his wings in the sun and the wind. That's quite a nice shot, actually. A little... You might hear that I'm shooting burst all the time. It's just easier. This is on electronic shutter all day long. I never take it off it, really. So there's never any wear and tear. My first RX10 Mark IV, before Sony decided to replace it because of the couple of water droplets that are inside, had done over 340,000 shots, I think. So it is absolutely fine. Never had any problem with banding or anything like that. So anyway, I'll go somewhere else. This is freezing cold. Yeah, so back to this is probably my favourite shot of the day because the background's quite nice. Shutter speed probably slightly too slow. We'll do a little bit more. Let's get a slightly sharper shot. But yeah, not bad, I suppose. Just bloody freezing on the hands. When you're holding a camera with bare hands and you've got really, really cold wind chill, it's not very nice after 5, 10, 15 minutes. So never mind. It is what it is. Sometimes you get some really good shots. Sometimes you don't. I'm just glad I just got back out with the RX10. Not used it a huge amount recently, but obviously still got the new A1 that I'm playing with, and still trying to learn how to get the best from that. That's now being used for work as well, so that's earning its money. So that's good. But the RX10, still love it, and it's so usable. Very still today. It suddenly hasn't got bad, and we're still waiting for the RX10 Mark V. So yeah, hopefully we get that announced at some point, or something that may replace that. Who knows? Sony are very, very quiet on some things sometimes, and sometimes we just never know what they're going to chuck out, and we might just get a surprise one day, and they'll just go, "Hey, here we go," and you're like, "Oh, sweet, okay." Anyway, back out soon again. There'll be more videos with the A1 and the RX10 Mark IV. Like I say, I've got the GoPro now, so I can get recording in a better angle of view and things like that. Obviously it's been very windy recently, so not ideal for audio, but hence why I voice over a bit. But as I say, any questions about the RX10 Mark IV or any other cameras that Sony make, because I have used most of them quite extensively. Obviously the A1, like I said before, I'm still learning, but yeah, like I say, any comments below, always appreciated. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. Feel free to share the channel if you enjoy it and everything like that. and always happy to help if I can. So anyway, I shall see you soon. Just keep a watch out for some new videos that are on their way, and if there's anything you would like me to try and do, or videos you'd like me to make just to possibly help anybody, like I say, feel free to leave comments below as well. Alright, see you soon.